morning's adventure.
So important to all the trades she did here. Now, once he gets to be a couple months old, we bring him out into this little enclosure here and encourage him to overcome obstacles. Today's obstacle is these logs. Now, a few weeks ago, it was really challenging, so we'd have to scoop him up and help him over the log. Now that he's able to do it on his own, we praised him on the other side. This teaches the puppies that we're never going to ask them to go any farther or faster than they're capable of. And of course, helps keep them mobile and moving throughout the summer months, which is a little bit lighter on the work, so that when the snow falls in October, we'll be ready to hit the ground running. These guys look excited, almost ready to go.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's a shame these dogs aren't more excited about this. I don't know how you're going to convince them to go. I made sure everybody's safely harnessed up, no one gets tangled in the line here. She gives them a command, and away they go. On here. No pun intended. I just kind of hope that those brakes hold this morning. The dogs are really going. And all right. Another fantastic. Well, Tekla, I do want to talk with everyone a bit more about this book that your parents wrote, and I know it has a lot of meaning to you. It's very special, and what I'm hoping for is when we see you down at the Chena Village later, if somebody has a copy of that and would like for you to sign it or maybe make an inscription, could you do that for them? Depending on which Native Alaskan group you're talking about, though, they've been here for 10 to 12,000 years. They developed astonishing ways of living off the land. Maybe some of us will actually give that a shot. And nearly overnight, these cultures adapted into a cash and money economy for the first time, and they kept up. And it let them develop permanent settlements, what we now call villages, such as the Chena village over here to our right. Coat up top helps them stay camouflaged year-round, but the winter coat is also really interesting, because every strand of hair in that is actually hollow. There's air trapped inside, which works kind of like a built-in down jacket. It keeps them very well insulated, but also makes them incredibly buoyant. You can't sink a caribou over its head in water. I would challenge you to try. Which comes in handy because these giant herds, tens of thousands of caribou in each of them, migrate all around our state, and eventually the caribou down there, however, are domesticated. They understand how to leave on cue. But that eagle, as I mentioned, is not on the pay scale. Don't worry, folks, if you didn't get a good picture of the reindeer, because they'll also be on shore at the Chena village. You can get. But it's always really interesting thing out here, folks, because the honest fact of the matter is we're never 100% sure what it is we're going to see. And Captain, maybe you can help elaborate on that a little bit.
This is always a fun part of the day to come out here to the mouth of the Chena and just look out over the Tanana River Valley and observe any changes that may have been taking place, because this Tanana River is a really dynamic river system. It's what we call a braided river. And as you look out here, you can see why. Water is actually quite high right now, kind of covering up a network of sandbars that normally kind of spread themselves out across the river floor here. And these figures of water weave their ways back and forth, creating these little channels and side streams and sloughs, as well as a main channel, which is often.
This is an Athabascan village after white man contact.
Now, the Athabascans would pick up these paths and begin to place snares and fences along them to slow these large herds of caribou down and funnel them into an area where the individual caribou could be more easily harvested. On and off on hot summer days like today. But traditionally, it would be sewn together and worn pullover style. Now, the body of the parka is made from beaver fur that is then sheared for design, and it's trimmed in calfskin, river otter otter, and timber wolf. So get ready, because she's going to show us the beautiful sunshine rust. The outer part of the rust is timber wolf, but down closest to her face is Wolverine. Because as I mentioned at our first stop, Wolverine's fur contained that natural oil that could help prevent frostbite.